Your screen. Great. Good morning. Well met. And the new kind of tradition for myself, I don't know how much this is going to be picked up by my earbuds, but the playing of a singing bowl has been a really great way to remind my nervous system that I'm moving into a new segment. And in doing that, it gives me clarity, gives me focus kind of immediately. So it's a nice way to make sure I'm nice and sharp for our class. Yeah. While that finishes ringing out its welcome tone, let's start warming up our chi. Get our meridians flowing. I like getting the chi in my fingers and my hands quickly. So doing this rubbing warms them up, starts to get me that static electricity feel and reminds me that the chi comes out of my fingertips. Just with an open palm, I'm gonna give myself some pats. Pat all of the meridians and all of the muscles, starting here at the shoulder and the neck, and then just working my way down the outside of the arm with a good pressure that feels just right. Spend a little extra time on my elbow and my wrist. And then it's from the armpit down the inside of the arm with that same growing awareness of what needs to get shaken up and what needs a little extra pat to get broken down. Noticing that my breath starts to get longer. I remember that I have feet. There are legs going down to those feet. And King Kong across the chest. And the fingertips down the sternum. Opening the breath even more and circling the navel. My shoulders and my chest actually connect to my legs. And it's my belly that does it. And down the quads, meat tenderize. Looks like I've gone to soft fists on my bigger muscles, but I want to cup over the kneecaps for sure. Really soft to the knees and give it to the shins. And then it's the side body, the ribs under the armpits. Going back to my cupped hands, that feels good there. Side of my belly and the love handles if I had them. Get a nice heel into that area right where the hip bone. The hip bone is the greater trochanter of the femur. And then along that line, IT band with the heel of the hand feels really delicious. Soft to the knee though, gentle. And then the fibula can really take it. And then it's the back. It's as high up in the mid back as we can get while keeping the shoulder blades down and really spending time warming up the sacrum. And where the hamstrings meet, the butt. But easy behind the knees. And really feeling it in the calves, our second heart. Good, shaking the hands, kick your feet. Feeling those toes, feeling your fingertips. Nice comfortable stance with your knees still kind of relaxed. Let yourself start to twist around the Tai Chi pole. That's right in front of your spine. So essentially allows nice twisting and lubrication of every joint in the spine. And letting your arms pendulum creates a momentum. But also starts to stretch out the chest, the compartment where all the air goes. Good, if you've got monkey arms, like me, you can let your hands and arms wrap all the way to the outside of your upper arms as you come up. It feels like a nice big hug. You let it wrap around. Come up on top of the shoulder too. The neck and the shoulder meet. reminding us to let go of the worries of yesterday, prepare our shoulders for today. Good. Starting to let your arms move their way back down and do a few extra twists in any area that feels like it needs it. And start to let your hands come back down to where we started, patting by the hips. And slowly let yourself come back to neutral. We could stop it abruptly, but this way we get to really feel that inner flow, almost like a wave machine inside of us. Good, just be in that stillness for a moment, for a beat, and then shake it out. Shake your booty. Good, flick your fingers. All right. The 8 Brocades is essentially a warm-up all in of itself. And the YiJing also takes us through warm-ups to be prepared for the movement of the Qi as we move through that form. And so I really enjoy that these Qigong forms, just in their succinct little shell, have everything that the body really needs to be ready, to generate, to circulate, and then to kind of carry as resource for later application, for later movements, to be practical in our lives. So we get it twice. We'll have plenty of warm up with our 8 Brocades. As we build our Wuji posture, we'll do a pulling down heavens and then jump right in. So Wuji means the outside edges of our feet are parallel, that the feet are right under the knees, which are soft, that the knees are right under the hips, which are relaxed with the glutes, and that the head is suspended right over the shoulders, and the shoulders drip down the back, and a little hollow in the armpits, like a robin's egg could fit there. Kicks the elbows out and curves down to the fingertips. This is our Wuji posture. To pull down the heavens, we just gather with our magic magnet hands. We gather a big cloud over the head. We imagine raining, precipitating that cloud down the body, creating a cascading sensation over the skin, helping us to release and let go out of our feet and toes. Do that 2 more times. Inhaling to gather, exhaling to rain it down. Each successive breath gives us a little more sensation awareness. It grows that sensation vocabulary just a little bit broader for us. So our 3rd breath, we can really feel it trickle all the way through us, not just on the surface, but right through the middle as we exhale. Good. Imagining and recognizing that we're standing in a great sea of Qi, right at the level of the dantian, which is a little below your navel, but it's above your pubic bone. So right there, we can feel that surface tension with our palms if we let ourselves. It's subtle, but there's a vibratory sensation there for sure. And so it's that we're going to be gathering and pulling up and lifting and expressing through our body. Wuji posture. And we start by inhaling and gathering and lifting up the torso. Palms facing up towards the sky till we get to the clavicles. Then we come underneath that and press up. Finishing our inhale, we exhale, creating a big sphere, a big egg with our fingertips all the way back down towards the feet, where we inhale, gather, and lift. Come underneath to complete the lift and complete the inhale. Shoulders relax down the back. Exhaling, nice and wide, relaxing the shoulders and knees. Do this 8 times. Inhaling, lift. Press. Exhale. Good, halfway. So we're gathering water and we're lifting it through us, our body that's 98.6 degrees. So we're creating this opportunity for steam to rise up out of us, to expand all around us in this great sphere. On these last 3 breaths, really let yourself feel the water moving up and through you and out your head, even filling up through your arms and hands and fingers. So as you exhale and express, you can feel that steam, you feel that vapor around you. 2 more. Relax shoulders, relax neck, long spine. All the way back down with our last one. In between our special gems in this 8 brocade, we do a pulling down heavens. Inhaling, we gather that cloud overhead and we rain it down and through us. Now our transitions can be just as potent with our chi awareness. We can pivot to get into our horse stance, or we can engage with all of our meridians and grab a ball of chi and maintain this momentum that we've already generated. So I'm gonna have to extend in both directions to grow my horse stance. It doesn't matter which side I start on, but I wanna gather a ball of chi on that side and put all of my weight onto that leg. As I lift that ball of chi, I'm lifting the leg that has no weight on it. I can set that one out, set back down while still holding my chi ball, having all my weight in this leg, drop off that chi ball. I'm a little bit wider. Now I've got the other leg where I can grab a ball of chi, hold on to it. I'm weighted completely there so that I can stand up and let that other leg come out, right? Drop the chi off in the middle, horse stance. Nice easy bend in the knees so the tailbone can tuck under and we can have the pelvis be a bowl so it can hold chi like it's meant to. Good, this informs the shoulders to melt down the back, a nice tall neck. We inhale and allow the arms to come out to the sides. Exhaling, we cross the wrists in front of the heart. We have an inside arm and an outside arm. The inside arm follows along the inside of the outside arm and becomes the bow arm out to the side. Our outside arm pulls across the chest, essentially the string of the bow. We exhale and settle into our knees, looking towards our bow hand. We inhale to transition and the hands trade jobs, coming along the inside of the other arm, pulling the bow across the chest to the shoulder. We exhale and sink, looking towards our bow hand. Inhaling, rising a little bit in the knees, feeling light so that we can sink when we're ready to loose the arrow. Inhale, transition. Pulling it across, exhaling, feeling a nice straightness through that bow arm and across the shoulders into the pulling arm. Inhaling, transitioning, 4 more. Good, now I wanna make sure that my bowl is still there in my pelvis. This makes me activate my abdominal muscles and connect, inhaling, connect the chest and the arms to the pelvis and to the legs. 2 more. Not losing my bowl. Don't want to be pouring chi out the front of me. Last one. Inhaling to cross at the wrists in front of the heart again. And the palms face down as we exhale and press down the body, pressing out the legs and the feet. We grab our chi ball to come back into our Wuji posture, remembering that we can weight that one leg completely, thereby lifting the other. Drop it off, pick up another one, and into Wuji, we find ourselves. Pull down the heavens, rain it down. Essentially, we've warmed up the three burners, three sections of the torso, and started reorganizing and supporting the upper of those three. And so now we'll move into the middle. Inhaling, we gather that water up to the level of the stomach. One hand faces the ground while another stays facing the sky. And we lift those palms towards their respective planes. Our upper hand has to spin out and around to push up as we exhale. Then we flip our palms. They have new jobs now. We inhale, they cross at the level of the stomach. We let that upper hand swing out so that it can stay facing the sky above our head as we exhale. Shoulders stay relaxed, flipping the palms. Inhale for that transition, letting that hand just spin out and pressing. Looking at the palm, flipping the palms. Transition on that inhale. Now bring the hand behind you on the lower and press behind the glutes as you press above the head. Inhaling, flipping the hands so they can transition. One needing to swing out to get over the head, the other behind the glutes, and we press in opposite directions. Flip, inhale. Exhale. Keeping the shoulders down, but the arms straight. We want those palms straight over and under the spine. Flip the hands, inhale. And press. Good. We gather a ball of chi right in front of the stomach between our palms. One hand on top, one hand on the other. On the bottom, I should say. Exhaling, we just hold that there. Inhale and press it into the stomach and brush down the chest, down the torso as we exhale. Feel it cascade down the legs and out the feet. Good. Pull down the heavens, gathering a cloud, and rain it down. Our fourth gem has us working with the central channel, the front and the back, that create an orbit that is essentially organizing and informing all of the other channel pathways. And so before we go into enriching the lowest burner of the torso, we have this opportunity to strengthen that wheel, strengthen that our awareness and use of that central channel. So we're in our Wuji posture. We're going to gather up to the level of the navel and press to grow tall. And keeping our palms flat to the earth, we bring our fingertips towards each other behind the head. Inhaling, lifting, pressing, grow tall through the spine, up through the top of the head. Bringing the chin to the shoulder, we exhale, fanning those palms around until they aim at one another behind the legs. We stay breathless as we come back to neutral. Then we inhale, bending the knees, scooping, pressing, growing tall. Exhaling, chin to the other shoulder. Back to neutral, gathering, tall, open. We're so used to being kind of question marks over our computers and over our phones. Back to neutral, inhaling. This gives us an opportunity to do the opposite with those very central channels that are participating in those same movements. Here we close the back and open the front. Very opposite to that question mark. Good, 3 more. Really feel the height, feel the length of your spine. Notice my shoulder blades want to pop as I get more length into my neck. Our last one. Still having a bowl for a pelvis. Back to neutral. Pull down the heavens. Back into a horse stance we go. We gather our chi ball to weight that leg. The other leg's totally unencumbered and can extend out. We place it, bring our chi ball to the middle, drop it off. Pick one up on the other side. Totally weight that leg, extend out, drop off the chi ball. For this, the first of two that will enrich that lower burner for the kidneys, we keep our hands quiet at the sides of the thighs, and we focus on the kidney channel, which arises in the arch of the foot, comes up through the inside of the leg, comes up that same side of the torso, all the way to the same side ear. We want to feel like a tube drawing water up and into us. So as an inhale, we bend the knees and come to one side, starting to extend from that leg, from that foot through the leg, up through the hip, into that same side ear. Our face stays forward. As we exhale, we look towards that leg we're stretching. We look towards its foot just with our eyes while our nose stays forward. Bending the knees, inhaling to transition. Wow, that just opened up my sinuses and this big wad of phlegm I had to swallow back. I was gonna choke. So something's really happening here. We're really lengthening and opening on that exhale. Inhaling to transition. Lengthen. Exhale to look. And it adds to the stretch. The opportunity to flush and saturate here. Inhaling. Good. One more. You might start to notice the low back as the kidneys are getting nice and full and loved. Inhaling to transition, exhaling to add to that lengthen. Last one. Good. Inhaling to the center and exhaling, just relaxing into the feet. We grab our chi ball to transition back to a Wuji posture. Picking a side, pick it up, weight that leg completely. The other leg can come up nice and gently on its own. Place it, drop the chi ball in the middle. Pick one up on the other side, weight that leg completely, and find yourself back in Wuji posture. Pull down the heavens. Now comes the second gem that supports the kidneys, these vital organs that give so much to us on a day-to-day basis, but also on the arc of our life. Birth and regeneration and reproduction, all driven by these wonderful kidneys. Now we get the chance to saturate them directly, press directly into them, and draw out any tension, any exhaustion that might be in the way of our adrenals getting what they need. On a little root here. There we go. The Wuji posture, still patent and present. Feeling that pelvis tilting my tailbone under so that pelvis can be a bowl. Inhale and gather in front of the belly, pulling it right into the navel and wrap, finishing that inhale. Full of breath, we press into the kidneys, looking up and slightly behind. Keeping the chin up, the back straight, the legs straight. We exhale, bringing the hands down the hamstrings, the back of the legs to the heels. Bending the knees, tucking the tailbone, We bring the hands to the inside and draw up the inside of the legs as we inhale, coming up to the navel, where we wrap and press into the back full of breath. Coming out of that, we exhale, hinging at the hips. Straight legs, straight back. Bending the hips, the knees, and tucking the tailbone to inhale and draw up. The shoulders and the head are the last to come up as we wrap and press. Looking behind, exhaling, lengthening the hamstrings and the calves. Bending the knees. Slowly filling all the way back up. Exhaling over. Giving the whole spine an opportunity to fill and be cleared. So as we paint and fill up, we're filling the whole torso all the way up to the head. That's why the neck is the head is the last thing to come up. So the last three, really notice that momentum of resource that you're drawing up, that's filling up into you all the way up into the top of the head, even as you're just pressing into your kidneys. The legs become real essential pumps to this resource. Last one. Hopefully you've been able to see a little further behind you with each succession. We inhale and paint all the way up to the navel. Exhale, relax into the feet, relaxing the shoulders. We pull down the heavens. Rain it down. Reset. We have one more in our horse stance that requires creating, grabbing, holding that chi ball, lifting, stepping out, drop it off, creating, grabbing, holding that chi ball, stepping out, horse stance. Letting my arms come out to the sides, I inhale and create some soft fists. As my hands come out and forward, I bring those soft fists into my ribs, right at the base. Got soft knees and soft elbows. From that soft place, I inhale and extend one arm right out in front of me, that soft fist out in front of me. And just as I get to the end of the extension, I exhale, twist, and sink. Now my arms transition at the same time. I inhale, I have a new arm coming forward. That other arm's elbow is heading back. I stand up slightly till I get to that full extension. Then I exhale, complete, and sink. 6 more. Inhale. And sink. And extend. That elbow goes hard behind me just as that knuckle goes forward on the exhale. Inhale. And sink. 2 more. I can't remember if that's 6 or 8. Let's do 2 more. Good, last one. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhaling, pressing the palms down the side of the body, feeling it out the feet. Gather the chi balls to come back into Wuji. Drop them off. Pull down the heavens. Now we've gone through all of our burners. They're all saturated and wonderful with all this resource that is abundant around us. What we get to do with our 8th and final gem is shake up the joints, shake up the bones, and anything that's left over gets to be propagated towards the earth with our use of gravity, dropping down both legs and heels as one unit or post. Inhale and come up onto the balls of the feet, bringing the heels together. Exhale and settle back down into a nice V shape with the feet. We'll gather to the level of the navel, press just like we did in an earlier gem, and extend up to the top of the head, but at the same time, we're going to lift up onto the balls of our feet, giving ourselves that space to utilize gravity. Let's remember, as we impact, we want to let the vibration of that impact move its way up through our body. We want to let those waves make their way up and through. And so a good jiggle is what you're looking for. We don't really want to be rigid. That's too impactful on the joints. Inhaling, growing tall. Exhale, we drop. And shake and shimmy, shake. Good. We'll do 7 of these. Try to feel it all the way up through your neck. 3 more. Last one. We'll do one final one where we're going to bounce 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up on the balls of the feet. Inhaling. Feet directly behind. Exhaling back into Uji posture. Pull down the heavens one more time. Rain it down. Good. Bringing the foot together so that the feet are right next to each other. Inhaling, allowing the arms to come out to the sides. As we're pulling down heavens, we exhale, relaxing the knees, relaxing the hips. We rest the hands and the palms, fingertips just above the kneecaps. Our knees do not extend out both before our toes. This is as far forward as we're going to circle. So as we inhale, we circle around to the right and straighten the legs, coming around forward 3 times to complete that inhale. As we complete that 3rd rotation, we'll exhale, going in the other direction, straightening and coming to that toe boundary, where we'll then inhale in the other direction, righty again. Lubricating the knees, lubricating the ankles, exhaling for our left circles. Inhale, circling, feeling the hips, getting some new information, exhaling. Good, standing up straight. The backs of the hands come right to the low back, right at about the level of the kidneys. We grow nice and tall through the top of the head, and exhale, relaxing into the feet. Inhale from the feet up through the head, we grow tall. Coming to one side, leaning, full of breath, we exhale, melting forward, feeling the untying and the unwinding in the backs of the hands happening in those back muscles. Coming to the opposite side, we inhale from that bend up to straight, and exhale, relaxing into the feet. If you need to, you can have your feet a little bit further apart to be stable. Inhale and grow tall. Leaning over the second side, exhaling to melt forward. Inhaling to come up, and relaxing into the feet. Grow tall. First side, feeling that lengthen through the abs and through that side body. Exhaling forward, we're melting that whole low back. Inhaling back up and onto our feet. Grow tall. Second side. Melting forward. Feeling a lengthening. Inhaling up. And there's the feet. One more set. Nice and tall as the inhale. Brings us over. And then the exhale melts us forward. Last one, lengthening to melt. Stepping out with the right foot, bringing the right hand in front, the left hand stays behind. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling comfortable on those feet. We follow the back elbow, remembering that we're standing in this great sea of qi, this great and wonderful resource that we can draw in and saturate with. And so it's a big fishing net. As we inhale and turn to that 45-degree, we throw that fishing net out and are filling our fishing net as we inhale. About halfway with our arms, we start to exhale and gather that which we've caught and pull it straight into the belly. On the exhale, we press it. Following that back elbow, throwing our net out on the inhale, starting our exhale about halfway and pulling that net all the way back into the boat. Inhale. Feeling that drifting sensation actually gathers more qi if you can slow it down. Press it in with that exhale. Good. One more set of those. Yeah, there's an abundance to be gathered when you really slow down and let it be true that you're standing in this sea of qi. Not just pretend, but true. Bringing the back hand forward, we place it on top of the front hand. Inhaling, we bring those hands together up the central channel, coming all the way up to the nubrium, the very top of the sternum. Full of breath, we exhale and relax those hands back down to their original position. Noticing that we kind of push back onto our heels as we do so. Inhaling, the body naturally comes forward onto the balls of the feet, onto the toes. The heels stay in contact, but all of the pressure is forward as we pull the hands all the way up towards the throat. Exhaling, dropping back down to the bowl. This great bowl of water that is accumulated and filled with all that we've brought in. As we inhale, we're steaming that water up to the fire area, to where the sun lives in our body, which is the heart and the chest. All that steam lubricates, supports the sun that shines down, shining down onto the water to heat it, to warm it, so that that steam can rise again on the inhale. The beautiful sun shining down, radiant upon the sea that we've gathered within. Inhaling. Exhale, and let that steam, let that shine, let that brightness extend the arms out and away from the heart, all the way out to the sides, the palms face forward. Bending at the elbows, we inhale, gathering and pressing love, fullness, light, right into our heart, right into our chest. And then our fingers reach in, curl in, and grab any resistance to that love and peel it out as we exhale. Peel it straight back out to the sides and those straight arms. Fingers let go. We inhale, gathering only love, saturating only the new and fresh into the chest and the heart, reaching in to peel out that which is resisting the flow. Love in. See it as pink and white and red. Peel out any darkness that's in the way. 3 more times. Feel that saturation move down and into your torso, move down towards your feet each time. as the chest overflows with this light. Feel that which you need to gather become less and less on each exhale. That which needs to be peeled out becomes almost non-existent as we get to our last breath. So much abundance and love that we feel radiate out and down and in and up. Palms face the sky. Inhaling, we gather a ball of chi over the head. Exhaling, we let it drain and rain down over the body. Taking all this sensation and exhaustion and washing it out the feet. We bend at the hips and continue following that scan all the way down to the feet, where we grab a sheet of yin. Inhaling, we bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, and pull that sheet up the front of us. Pull it up over the top of our head with our fingers. Reach behind, grab that sheet of yin, and exhale as we bend the knees and tuck the tailbone to bring the sheet back down to the ground. We grab a new sheet, inhaling, pull that new sheet up over the top of the head. We grab it behind us, exhaling to pull it back down to the earth. We'll do this 9 times. Inhaling to lift. Wrap it over and pull it back down to the earth. Four sheets. Inhaling, being soft in the knees, soft in the hips, keeping the shoulders melting down the back. 4 more. Really feel that tension on the sheet as you pull it up over your head. As you pull it down, the sheet would be inert without your interaction with it. So it has a pulling to kind of go back to that inert state. 2 more. It really gives you this chance to feel the chi outside of you. Last one. As we stand up, inhaling, the palms face the sky. We bring it up to the level of the waist, the hips. Inhale and exhale and feel the feet. Inhaling, the palms travel up the torso to the level of the collarbones, where they rotate. Palms face the floor. We exhale, bringing the hands back down to the level of the bowl. Keeping the knees bent, tailbone tucked under, we keep our bowl in a sound position to inhale, rising up. The collarbones, turning over, exhaling, coming back down. We recognize now that we get the opportunity to support the sun rising up the back, shining on the spine, shining on the head, cresting over onto the face, and transitioning into the moon that we wash across the sky of the front of us. Comes underneath the pelvis, transitions into the sun that rises and shines on each and every spinous process, each and every part of the head and face, before transitioning into the moon, that cool, calm expression that cools and washes down the front of the body. Sun comes up the back. On inhale, all the way up and over the head and face to the moon, down the chin and neck, through the belly, under the pelvis to the sun. We'll do this for a total of 9 breaths. Really emphasizing these central channels that have perked up in our various gems, these 2 forms. Good, 2 more sunrises. Two more moonrises. As the moon descends, comes down to the level of the pelvis, bring it up and in the perineum, up and into the middle of the belly, right? Middle of the bowl is what I'm intending. Yes, still below the navel. Good, really keeping our awareness to this bowl, keeping our awareness to this space that has expanded inside of the lowest part of our torso. Inhaling, allow the arms to come out to the sides. Exhaling, turn the palms up to the sky. Here we get to absorb pure yang energy, pure heavenly energy right in through the arms and down into the back, into the bio batteries of the kidneys. Each inhale, notice and feel a surge coming through, but you can relax and still feel it kind of warm and engage into the low, low back. If this starts to prove tiresome for your shoulders and your neck, you can bend your elbows. It takes a lot of the strain and the pressure off, but keep that focus. Filling the arms through the shoulders, down the back, into the lower dantian. 4 more breaths. You feel the heels and the hamstrings, and everybody's participating with this saturation. And also maintain a lightness with a tall neck, a lofty head, still a soft knees, relaxed butt. Last breath. Good. Inhaling, transition the arms so that the palms now face the ground. And exhale, feeling that bowl again, feeling that engaging in the lower abdominals. There's an engaging into that space while also a lifting through the legs and up through the top of the head. We inhale and fill from the earth, up through the palms and the undersides of the arms, saturating deep down through the torso and into that bowl. Every breath is more of that liquid gold from the earth to fill, to overflowing our great and vast bowl. 9 breaths. Four more. Really bringing that presence and awareness to that bowl and to the muscles that are engaged and the muscles that are relaxing. It's the deep ones really close to the spine, really deep in that core that are keeping the bowl steady while the bigger muscles relax, keep the outside flowing down towards the floor. The last breath. Consolidate it. Inhale and drift the arms down, drift the hands one over top of the other, right over that bowl, right over that lower dantian. Inhale and exhale here. Good. Feel the dynamic connection through the feet. Even though we didn't grow our roots today and be really specific about that imagining, we have that connection. I can not only feel the dropping and the draining away, but the full and complete filling and saturating that's coming up through my feet and my ankles and carrying through my legs into my pelvis and up through my torso and head. My arms get supported and saturated. And I want to move this chi that I feel so abundant with. And so into the golden ball we go, making sure that my Wuji posture is sound. Inhaling, I gather from this great sea that surrounds me a ball of qi. Exhaling, I lift that ball up and in front of my heart. Inhale, I'm allowing that ball to expand, press away my arms. Exhaling, I'm asking that ball to shrink back down, compress. Inhaling, I'm moving that ball into my chest and my heart, welcoming it. Exhaling, I'm taking it back out of my heart, transformed and changed, letting it go. Inhaling, I'm pressing back down towards the resource we took it from. Exhaling, I'm releasing, diffusing it back. Inhaling, gathering. Exhaling, lifting. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, contracting. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Inhaling down. Exhaling away. One more time. Gather, lift, expand, open, contract, close, press in, draw out, move down, detach. Yeah. All right, such an abundance we've generated and created around us. Let's put that into our bio battery, which exists right there in that bowl we've been associating with. We're going to gather that abundance that's around us into a spot that's right out from our third eye. If I had a unicorn horn, right there at the tip is where I'm going to gather. Inhaling using these magic magnet hands, gathering all that abundance into a great, big, saturated ball. Exhaling, I just drift that ball right into my bowl, watching it fill to overflow so that all my organs get saturated as well. 2 more of those. Really let yourself feel it. Feel the abundance, but also feel the calm. They go hand in hand. Good. Make a complete circuit of yourself, which is the feet are together, the palms and the fingertips. Creating one whole circuit with your nervous system, but also completing this circuit that we have with the earth as our feet. Stay in contact with her all the time. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Really means a lot.